Hi everyone, how you all going? And this is my review of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, which I saw on Friday. Advanced screening actually comes out officially in Australia on December 26th, but I managed to catch an advanced screening on December 20th. Now, let me just start off by saying I enjoyed the first two movies. I don't personally love them. I think they're very good though, and definitely two of the better video game adaptations out there. I actually don't think they're the best video game adaptations ever made. Me personally, my all-time favorite video game adaptation is actually the Last of Us TV show. But regardless, I enjoy the first two movies. I quite like them. Jim Carrey's good. So what I think of the third movie, I actually think it is the best installment of the three. Now, is it perfect? Not by a long shot. There are definitely some noticeable flaws in this movie, but I'll start off by saying that this movie introduces Shadow the Hedgehog, who was actually the character of Shadow's introduced in Sonic Adventure 2, which came out in 2001. And basically, this movie explores his backstory, and Team Sonic are recruited into actually tracking down and capturing, helping to capture Shadow, who goes on the run in Tokyo. And there's this whole backstory about how he'd become close with this girl named Maria, actually Gerald Robotnik's grandfather's granddaughter, actually. He'd become close to Maria, and then she was eventually killed. And he's basically after revenge against Gunn, who actually gunned down Maria, essentially. Now, the pros with this movie, Ben Schwartz, once again, as Sonic, terrific. The animations on Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles really hit the mark. I thought the animation was great on the three main characters, on the three main heroes in this movie. Keanu Reeves as Shadow absolutely kilted, and surprisingly, this movie was quite emotional with Shadow's backstory. Cinematography was pretty good. This movie actually, I thought the score was also pretty good, and this movie does feature the song Live and Learn, the main theme song of Sonic Adventure 2. So if you're a fan of Sonic Adventure 2, which I never actually played personally, but if you're a fan of Sonic Adventure 2, this movie is definitely for you because, it's got the whole Shadow backstory, it's got Live and Learn plays in the movie. So if you're a fan of Sonic Adventure 2, you'll definitely love this movie. Now, any cons with this movie? Narratively wise, I think the overarching plot is okay, but not fantastic. Once again, basically, in this movie, Robotnik's grandfather wants to destroy the world. He comes to the decision to actually destroy the entire Earth and not just Gun, because he blames humanity for his granddaughter's death. And he tries to use his own machine, actually, the Eclipse Cannon, to wipe out the Earth. But narratively wise, I think the story was okay, but not fantastic. What I will say though, I really liked Robotnik's redemption arc in this story, because in the first two movies, he's the main villain, whereas in this movie, he starts off helping Gerald, but then he actually, things take a turn. He actually tries to help Team Sonic actually save the day. So I enjoyed his redemption arc in this movie. Jim Carrey, once again, as both Robotnik and this time also as his grandfather Gerald, was fantastic. His physical comedy, the jokes, hilarious. There's one funny scene in the movie. They actually make a joke. There's a fourth wall joke about how Jim Carrey is playing both characters in this movie. I thought that was pretty neat. There's a funny joke as well about women in the military, because in the movie, yes, Dr. Rockwell, she requests, whose actress was actually in Breaking Bad season 2, by the way. I didn't actually realize that as I was watching the movie, but in the movie, she actually is the one who recruits Team Sonic. There's a funny joke about women in the military, how they actually do exist, which I thought was pretty funny, actually. But so the jokes I thought were pretty good. There were some scenes, however, where I think the jokes could have been toned down a little bit, and it would have actually made the emotional depth a bit more stronger. So I definitely believe in some scenes, not all scenes, but some scenes could have had a few less jokes. Also, I know people have been praising the fact that the humans were sidelined in this movie. I've got no problem with that whatsoever. However, I would have actually liked Tom Wachowski to have more screen time in this movie, because Tom Wachowski, the one who actually adopts Sonic at the end of the first movie, had a lot of screen time in Sonic 1, quite a bit of screen time in Season 2. In this movie, he felt very underutilized. I'm not saying that there is one sequence in this movie where he and his wife, I think it was Maddie, I think her name was, they do actually help Team Sonic infiltrate Gun's headquarters, but I don't know, I would have actually liked Tom to have a bit more screen time in this movie. He just felt a bit too sidelined in this movie, especially considering the fact that Sonic actually resides with him. So I thought Tom was a bit I didn't really like the way he was sidelined in this movie. Again, I don't really have a problem with humans being sidelined. I didn't like how Tom was sidelined in this movie, because if you compare his screen time in this movie to the very first movie, yeah, a lot less screen time. So I think he could have played a bit more of a role in this movie as well. But overall, pros, a lot of cool Easter eggs. If you're a fan of Sonic Adventure 2, you'll love this movie. Good score, some funny jokes, some good action sequences as well. The third act was actually pretty wild in my opinion. So yeah, the third act was really engaging. Cons, I think I didn't really like the storyline. I thought was a bit average. Narratively wise, I thought the overarching story was a bit average, although I did really enjoy Shadow's backstory. Also, I think that a few scenes could have had a few less jokes in them. And one thing I will also mention, the post-credit scene, stay behind for the post-credits. And I saw both post-credit scene. Well, basically, I saw the mid-credit scene. I didn't actually realize there was another post-credit scene after the final credits, so which I actually saw on YouTube. So the post-credit scene I've also seen now. Someone actually recorded it and put it on YouTube. Don't pull out your phones in the movie theaters, guys. Don't do that. But yeah, I have seen both post-credit scenes, and they are pretty wild, especially the mid-credit scene that actually comes on before the final post-credit scene. Yeah, stay tuned for that, because that was pretty wild. But overall, Sonic the Hedgehog 3, I give it a 7.8 out of 10. Really enjoyed the movie. Some good jokes. Cool Easter eggs. I enjoyed Shadow's backstory. Keanu Reeves' Shadow was great. Jim Carrey really shined as both Robotnik and his grandfather. So yeah, go watch this movie right now. Go support it. And yes, it's good to see this movie actually not destroying, but beating Mufasa at the box office. I didn't actually hate Mufasa personally, but this movie is definitely superior to Mufasa. So yeah, go check it out, go support it, and stay tuned for more movie reviews very, very soon. Please hit that subscribe button. Please like, share, and comment. And I'll see you all in the next one. And be sure to live and learn. Take care, everyone. All the best. Bye.